More rate you saw it was an accident, it was going to kill the golden seer, so I had two intentions I took the break from this and went back to this beautiful woman as if it was yesterday brilliant from the developer's point of view to include a previously button you get to catch up with the story. I wish more games would have this. I remember I only played Syberia 2 and because I was much more younger and emotionally unbalanced back then, it made me cry in the present. I'm an absolute train wreck of emotions, but much more bitter. So I shed no tears this time. I never got to play Syberia 3 because I remember that year 2017 was important for me. Neo and the latest game were released and I cried at both of them. I cannot even joke about this because Neo really hurt me and any would and fix my broken soul. But in 2022, the year of your Lord Syberia, the world before, has my full attention as well. At least until Elder Ring fixes the laggy server so we can all invade in peace. I'm joking, there is no peaceful invasions, at least good news signs this review. It's about Syberia the world before, and not my mental health. I'm happy to report the performance of this game is stellar. The moment I opened the game it actually set the resolutions to 4K. I don't know why I turned it down to my native res 2K 5 days later. The day we are controlling my hand laid back on my bed, I played it on my 4K TV and again the performance better, smooth, perfect frames. Simply did not disappoint it. Yes, you can actually play at 4K resolutions on a modest gaming computer. It looks incredible and it runs the same 4K gaming in 2022. You know, I mean, it's real. Basically Call of Duty 7 years from now. On getting back to it 20 years later from the first moment we see the character brought to life, the developers Microwave Studios bring us what seems to be, I guess, the last installment, Syberia the World, and this is where the review gets a bit serious. Its closing chapter and Kate Walker's life. With possible more to come, who knows, as she kind of takes inventory of all of stuff that has been happening in here. Life so far as you play through this, it kind of makes you want to go back and play the first games. Before diving even future in this one, even so by no means it's a request, but it is kind of cool to see what happened before. Okay, calm down, good boy, nice and easy. Probably should have started the review with this sentence. I feel in love with the game from the beginning. Bro, it starts amazing, it continues pretty good enough to keep you going, and it ends like probably, I don't know, one of the best novel adventures you ever read in your life. Whoever wrote this knew exactly what they were doing. One of the tags on Steam's page for the video games is choose your own adventure. Yeah, cool, I have never seen this tag before on any video game that I have played of whatever. I'm also a bit confused because I feel like I don't really know if the decision making in this game is as strong as the developer think it. Yes, sure, from the first seconds you jump into the game to the very end you get a lot of decisions making. I am a bit skeptic to the extent of the decisions you make and their consequence. A lot of the stuff that I did probably would have ended up the same, but yeah, I mean there is decisions making and you feel like you're kind of taking things into your own hands. That's always something cool to look for in, especially one of those games where shooting is not a thing, it's all about storytelling and puzzles. At the beginning of the game there is this very important plot sequence, at least I think it's probably gonna weigh very heavily on the entire game and it lasts about an hour. Also, if gameplay, I will not show you footage from that, you have to see those things. Will those things played as you go along, no spoilers here. Kate, however, is kind of forced to reflect on her life choices and even her own identity. I guess she's been chasing those wild horses for many years and it's time for her to return home to New York and accept the kind of consequence of her life if you are either an adult or sure a teenager who has read a lot of stuff. You will see harsh history highlights from the world. Very harsh. Here the Nazi political party has been replaced with the brown shadow, the Jews are replaced with a fictional name, same also goes for the Vestica, which has been replaced with a different type of insignia, but the hints are everywhere. We also get a little bit of a gulag. Example, there's a lot of sad history. Here's a conflict with the Jews in the local towns where they used to live back in those days. It's actually shown a first minutes of gameplay. You have to be blind not to see it, not to whiteness. It's like what is happening here. This is definitely not a silly little puzzle game that you come in here.